Today our guest is the president of the European Journalism Training Association, Nico Drok. Hello. Are you saying what where is not a single edition in the modern world what we call trust? Why is it always important to search for the initial source of information?
I think in journalism a lot has changed since the internet came. And we were used to getting information that always went through the gate of journalists, and the journalists checked it, and then we thought, well, now we can trust it. We now live in an age where information comes from all directions, from journalism, but also from all kinds of other directions. And for the public, it's always very difficult to know, does it come from a journalist or does it come from another source or whatever. And in general, people start to distrust the information in general, maybe not journalists themselves, but information in general.
The classic method to verify information is to address the initial source. However, there are companies in the modern world that generate fake news, so in this sense they are initial source. What fact-checking methods are used in this case?
I think this is a very important point, because in fact-checking you always have to ask yourself who is spreading the information and why are they spreading this information. And in journalism there is a saying which is one source is not a source, so you always have to have more than one source. The more sources you have, the better it is, but you should at least have two sources, two independent sources from each other before you publicize. So I think that is one of the main things you always have to do.
So, Ural State University and Deshta have been cooperating for 3 years. Please tell us about the main achievements.
It is indeed true that we are working now for 3 years together. And as I said at the opening ceremony, the South Ural State University is one of our very active members. They participate in almost, I think, all the projects we have. We have research project, we have a fact-checking project, we have all kinds of conferences on different topics, and the South Ural State University is always present. And I think one of our next big events will be the conference in 2020.
What is main purpose of the Eurofact-Check project? Teaching students to verify information or developing more flawless new creative methods?
It is very difficult to say what is the most important. I think both the elements you mentioned are very important, and one of the reasons that it is, because it has always been important, but one of the reasons that it is becoming more and more important is what I said earlier. The information and communication structure in society has changed very much, and journalism has to rethink itself and in some cases go back to the basics of journalism. And one of the basics of journalism is be reliable, check your facts. So that, I think, would be the first goal, to re-emphasize for students how important it is to be factual.
Thanks a lot. Let me remind you that our guest was the president of the European Journalism Training Association, Nico Drok.